sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients to make the perfect Nike SB collaboration. Of course, just from that intro, it's not only special because it's their 25th anniversary, but also because this is technically my first ever win on the Nike Sneakers app here in the Philippines. It's actually not even the app, it's the Nike Sneakers website. Come on Nike, get the Nike Sneakers app in Asia already, please. And even more, I have all 3 colorways to review today. Big shout out to my brother Andrew for lending me the 2. We're gonna look at the details that are specific per colorway, and we're gonna look at the collaboration as a whole to see why it was so hyped. So if you like this type of content, leave a like on this video. That's what like is for, and I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help a lot, please and thank you. So without further ado, let's jump right into my review and honest opinions on the Nike SB Powerpuff Girls collaboration. So again, like I mentioned, this was made in honor of the 25th anniversary of the Powerpuff Girls, which coincided with the release of the sneaker on November 18, 2023. And honestly, I can't think of a better way to celebrate something than to have a Nike SB collaboration. I mean, I feel like that's the highest honor that you could get in sneaker culture. Each sneaker comes in this off-white Nike SB box with the gray text. And another thing that's really cool about the sneaker is the paper that wraps it has this awesome Powerpuff Girls art on it. That's actually really cool. And of course, there are 3 colorways that came out to represent each Powerpuff Girl, starting off with the leader, the older sister, I believe, the blossoms right here. Of course, you got that hot pink to represent her clothes, plus the orange for her hair. You can barely see it on camera, but if you look closely, there's this sort of gloss, like silk texture to the leather. It still feels like Nike SB leather, but also very smooth. I can't really explain it. Maybe it's like a film or something, but there's this texture. On the back for each sneaker, you have the Powerpuff Girl eye. The tongue is made of silk material with the Powerpuff Girls logo embedded into it, with the Nike SB logo up top with some yellow stars and the blossom text. And the fat tongue even has a nice little orange heart right there on top of the middle lace loop. That's such a nice touch. On the back of the tongue, you have the usual Nike and swoosh logo trademark text, but with a little bowl of sugar, spice, and everything nice right there. The blossoms also come with black laces, as you can see, to maybe tone down the sneaker a little bit more, but I think I really like the orange ones. The sock liner itself is also made of silk material, so that's really smooth. And the insole of the sneaker is still that same Nike SB insole, but on the front of it has the Powerpuff Girls logo and as well as Mojo Jojo. I feel like they should have made a Mojo Jojo Nike SB, like maybe a friends and family, but I mean, it's a nice touch to add him into the insole. It's hard to see, but with all Nike SBs, you even have that pink elastic band to hold down the tongue to give you more lockdown. And last but not least, you have a black painted midsole with a translucent Nike SB outsole. Next up, we have the Buttercups. These are pretty badass in my opinion. Of course, like Buttercup herself, she is badass. The upper is made of the same almost silk-like material, but now this one feels a little bit more plasticky, kind of giving it like a rough and tough feel to it. Of course, really matching the Buttercup theme. You have a black on black swoosh on the side, black laces right there, no heart for the lace loop, but you still do have that silk tongue with the Powerpuff Girls logo and the Nike SB with the Buttercup. Oh, I just realized with the Nike swoosh trademark logo for the Buttercups, you have the spice aspect of the sugar, spice, and everything nice. The blossoms are the everything nice. So along that trend, the last sneaker should have the sugar aspect of it. On the back heel, of course, you got the Buttercup eye. The sneaker comes in black fat laces, but you also get another pair of green. Again, I think in my opinion, the original laces work very well because I feel like if you put the green on, it's just gonna be too much. But again, that's just in my opinion. The outsole for the Buttercup this time has a different art of Mojo Jojo, and of course the whole sneaker sits on top of the same black rubber midsole with a green translucent outsole. And last but not least, my favorite of the 3, because of course it's the one that I won, but I think it really is my favorite of the 3. We got the bubbles right here. The upper this time is a textured kind of scaly bedazzled type of material, and then you can see right there as it shines in the light to represent the shine of Bubbles, which of course is the name of the character it's representing as well. You also have the yellow swoosh and laces to match the blonde hair, same silk tongue with the Powerpuff Girls logo, the Nike SB with the Bubbles text, and then on the back, as we guessed correctly, the Nike swoosh trademark text with sugar on it, of course, with Bubbles being the sweetest. I also just noticed not only do you have the Powerpuff Girls eye on the heel, one of the sneakers has the mouth, so that if you put it together like this, it's basically the Powerpuff Girls head. That's so cool. The shoe also comes with an extra pair of black laces, which I think might work for the sneaker. If you want to tone it down, you could go for the black laces, but I don't mind the yellow, honestly. Here's the insole for the Bubbles, again a different art for Mojo Jojo, and of course the same black midsole with the powder blue translucent outsole. Jumping right into first impressions and honest opinions on the sneaker, I feel they definitely knocked it out of the park. My one comment is maybe I kind of feel bad for Buttercup, because if you look at Blossom and Bubbles, just the minute detail of having a different design, a different texture for the sneaker. You have like the wavy swirls here on the Blossoms. I think the Bubbles really is just the best. It's not only is it textured, but just like the little details of having like the shine of Bubbles on it. It just fits so perfectly with the theme. And then you go into Buttercup and it's like, yeah, sure it's Buttercup, but is that it? I don't know. I feel like maybe they could have gone for a rougher material. Can you do Kevlar on a sneaker? I don't know. I mean, it works. They left room to be desired for, right? Other than that, what's left to talk about? I mean, whenever Nike SB comes out with a collaboration with any branding, any design, any show, they always hit the mark. I have yet to see a collaboration that has a specific theme that was a miss for Nike SB, but these definitely, without a doubt, hit the mark on every level. Again, this was my first ever win for the Nike sneakers website. It was funny because that day Andrew just mentioned, oh, the Powerpuff Girls are coming out, which I totally forgot because I kind of give up on the Nike sneakers website here in Asia, because you're fighting the whole of Asia. You're not just fighting the Philippines. I joined on a whim. I joined just out of nowhere, and to win the colorway that I specifically like, plus it's the most wearable one in my opinion for my wardrobe, but really you can't go wrong with any one of them. It's cool that I have all three right here. Big shout out to Andrew. But I think if I were to have to rank it, I would go for the Bubbles, of course, for the first, the Blossom second, and then not too far behind. Again, they left a little bit to be desired for. Buttercup is number 3. Now that we see this in hand, I wonder what other cartoon collaborations would be really cool to see in a Nike SB. The number one collaboration that I want to see personally is like a Courage the Cowardly Dog Nike SB, or maybe even an Adventure Time Nike SB. I know Adventure Time's kind of a newer cartoon, but that's still one of my favorites from Cartoon Network. Regular Show, Dexter's Lab, Flintstones, Jetsons, you name it. This sneaker collaboration, they opened up a whole world of possibilities for more cartoon collaborations with Nike SB, and I'm here for it. And of course, for the fact that this was a part of my childhood, to come out as a Nike SB is really something else. I mean, you remember that episode of like the dudes that dressed up as the Powerpuff Girls? They wore like the mask, but they had like hairy legs and they like biceps and stuff. I feel like I'm one of those guys. But I mean, still, what's not to love about one of the best cartoons to come out on Cartoon Network, and of course having collaboration with arguably one of the greatest sneaker companies of all time to celebrate your 25th anniversary. Great work, Nike, and congratulations, Powerpuff Girls. And that is it for this review. What do you all think? Leave a comment down below. I love conversing with you guys there. Follow me on Instagram at @AlbiPeralta. I'm a bit more personal there. I post stories almost every day, and I post there when I have a new YouTube video out, so it's one way to get notified, other than of course subscribing to the channel, guys. It really does help a lot. And check out the other videos on my channel. As the banner says, I have anything and everything in between on there. That is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Bye, guys.
That's